Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers. James and Justin back again with another quick reaction. In this one, we're going to take a look at Swami Sarvapriyananda and his quick short called What is Spirituality?
What is spirituality after all? Simplest definition of spirituality. Most practical. He said, spirituality is, when I close my eyes, I find peace within. When I open my eyes, my attitude is, what can I do for you? With eyes open, what can I do for you? Here is the world, what can I give, what can I do? When I close my eyes, there is peace within. Our problem is just the opposite. That Swami, when I close my eyes, all sorts of disturbance within. All sorts of thoughts, restlessness within. When I open my eyes, not what I can do for you, what can I get from you? So this is just the opposite of spirituality. This is worldliness. So unselfishness, to the extent that we can be unselfish, to that extent mind will be relaxed and better focused. The focus which comes out of selfishness is a narrow band focus, which leads to unpleasantness and tension and frustration.
It's amazing how many different definitions there are for spirituality. I have another video that we'll probably do in the not too distant future, which is also entitled What is Spirituality? And it's a much longer video that kind of gets into detail. I think the message of what he's saying is really good. Like, I think there's a good message. Whether or not I connect the dots to that is what equals spirituality, I'm not sure. But I like what he's saying, that the more unselfish you can become, the less inner turmoil you're going to have in your life.
Well, inner turmoil is a kind of selfishness. It's kind of like it's like a fixation on just the chaos that happens inside. You know, how could you be benevolent? How could you be somebody that was willing, focus was on like being benevolent and helping others, if you're suffering, or if you've got all these stories about like that were put into your head about survival and making it and putting number one first or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I like what he's saying because it's a good story for people to latch on whether they're enlightened or not. It's like, orient yourself towards helping others. Yes, that's the better way to be in the world, right? But does the world reflect that back to you? You know, sometimes I'll see somebody who gets inspired to be of a lot of service to people.
Yeah. And
how long does that last before somebody takes advantage of them for being that way?
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know? I think if you truly did get to a point of selflessness on the inside, like you that storm got calm, which somebody could say, oh, look at him, he's selfish, he's getting all peaceful. But if you actually did calm that storm substantially and you saw that it's essentially like, you know, hopeless, but not in a negative way, just like
What's making me kind of wonder whether or not can you still have like a busy mind, like a very busy mind, active mind, and still be at peace at the same time? Is that what we're talking about when we're talking about the chaotic mind? Or is it the busyness that's going on in the mind is tied up in negativity?
Well, what happens when your mind is tied up in negativity, right? Like, if your mind's tied up in negativity and you're like identifying with that, like say all kinds of negative imagery's coming to you and you're like, I am that. I am negativity. You know what I mean? Instead of getting some distance from it and being like, wow, look at all this negativity in my mind. Where's that coming from? Oh, I was like on a horror movie bender all week. Or
just scroll TikTok for an hour.
Or I'm hanging out with a group of like violent criminals that are, you know, treating each other like crap. That maybe your inner dialogues, you know, especially if you're jacked into some like groupthink that's horrible. Your inner sides are going to be messed up, right?
Yeah.
I think it is important first to disconnect a little bit when you get a chance, when you like are out of the prison of being constantly bombarded with expectation from people. I think it is important to go and like analyze what the hell is really going on here. Resolve the traumatic situations that are inside you, and that's like just on the cognitive level. Then you're going to have to take a look at your body, your innards, because you could have kind of a peaceful mind but still be like jittery because your body's full of like anxiety and, you know. Then you got to undo all those knots, and then once you get to a point of peace, you might actually be able to look at life as sort of beautiful, and even the things that other people are like no, wrong, must be destroyed. You
Yeah.
might be able to see like it from a different perspective and be like, oh, this is, I know what to do now. I know how to best deal with this with understanding, because like when two things are met with resistance against each other, they just fight, right? But if you see something that's like all resistance and you're like, look, I'm not going to resist that the way I used to. Maybe it'll like burn itself out.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because me and you are both on the path. We're not yet.
It's a good reminder to
So where
watch.
we should be.
I think it's a good reminder to watch what you're letting in, what you're putting out, bringing awareness to that, this idea of spirituality and the constant evolution. I think as it like grows and we're all collectively like learning about it. It's such a massive thing. I think this idea, this concept of spirituality and what we're learning, discovering about it. But guys, we want to know what you have to think about spirituality. What is spirituality for you? Let us know in the comments. Let us know. And if you like this reaction, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and everybody. Until next time, stay spiritual.